So, I shall speak on Bhagavad Gita as it is. The purpose of saying Bhagavad Gita as it is explained that there are many editions of Bhagavad Gita. They are interpreted in their own way, giving up the spirit of Bhagavad Gita. So, this particular name, as it is, significant. Perhaps there is no other edition of Bhagavad Gita where it is written as it is. In this connection, Professor Dimmock of Chicago University has written a foreword, and he very much appreciates the theme. He says, Swami Bhaktivedanta comments upon the Gita from this point of view, and that is legitimate. She accepts that Bhagavad Gita as it is legitimate presentation of the great book of knowledge. And he also says, more than that, in this translation, the Western reader has the unique opportunity of seeing how a Krishna devotee interprets his own text. So, about Krishna, the devotees actually can interpret about Krishna book. Others, if they are not devotee, how they can interpret on Krishna? Just like a member of a family can say very nicely about the head of the family, how outsiders can say about the family. That is not possible. Similarly, about Krishna, a Krishna devotee can speak nicely, not others. Others have no right to speak about Krishna. And Krishna also admits Arjuna as the right student of Bhagavad Gita. In the beginning, Krishna says that I have selected you as my student because you are my friend and you are my devotee. So, in other words, we can understand that Bhagavad Gita can be understood who has intimate relationship with Krishna. Just as Krishna says, you are my dear friend. That is intimate relationship with Krishna. And without becoming a devotee, nobody can be intimately related with Krishna. These are the factors to be understood. So, this Bhagavad Gita was spoken 5,000 years ago to Arjuna in the battlefield of Kurukshetra, and the science of understanding God is there in this Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the science of God. Everything has got some science, scientific book to understand that particular subject matter. Similarly, there are different types of concept of God. Generally, they take it as an idea, but we don't take it as idea. We take God as concrete fact. Just like you are seeing me, I am seeing you. This is concrete fact. Similarly, a God can be seen by you and God is already seeing you. There is no doubt about it. But you can see also God. So that process we have to understand, how to see God. That process is mentioned in all the Vedic scripture. That is called Bhakti Yoga, that process. Krishna also says in the Bhagavad Gita, Bhaktya mam abhijanati javan jasyami tat. If anyone wants to know Krishna, what he is, then one has to accept the process of Bhakti Yoga. There are different types of yogas. Yoga means linking oneself with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, speculative yoga will not help us. You have to take concrete yoga. Concrete yoga is Krishna consciousness. So, we have given our introduction of the Bhagavad Gita that one has to understand Bhagavad Gita as it is directed in the Bhagavad Gita. There is direction. How to read Bhagavad Gita. People are reading Bhagavad Gita without taking the direction. This we have explained in the manner that if you take some medicine, there is some direction on the bottle, that this is the dose. You take so many drops, so many times, that is direction. Similarly, for understanding Bhagavad Gita actually, you have to accept the direction as given by the author himself, Krishna. He says that long ago, some 40 millions of years ago, he first spoke this Bhagavad Gita to the sun god. And the sun god transmitted the knowledge to his son Manu. And Manu transmitted the knowledge to his son Ikkaku. Imam vivassati yogam prattavan aham abhayam. Vivashan manavipraha manu ikkaga vibravit. So, the Rajarshis, they are all kings. Manu is king, Maharaj Ikkaku is also king, and the sun god Vivashan, he is also king. He is the king of the sun planet, and his grandson Ikkaku became the king of this planet, Maharaj Ikkaku, and in this dynasty, which is known as Raghuvansha, Lord Ramchandra appeared. It is a very old monarchical family, Ikkaku Vansha, Raghuvansha. Vansha means family. So formerly the kings, the head of the administrative executive, they used to learn the thesis or the injunction given by God. So, according to Bhagavad Gita, only a devotee of Krishna, a person who is intimately related with Krishna, he can understand what is Bhagavad Gita. So, Krishna Arjuna, after hearing Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, he addressed him as Parabrahma, Param Dhama, Pavitram, Paramam Bhavan, Purusham, Shasatam, Divyam, Adi, Devam, Ajam, Vivam. He understood Krishna as Parabrahma. Parabrahma means the supreme truth, absolute truth, Parabrahma. Brahma, the living entities, they are also called Brahma. But living entities are not Parabrahma. Parabrahma means supreme. So Arjuna addressed him as Parabrahma and Param Dhama. Param Dhama means the resting place of everything. Everything is resting on the energy of the Supreme Lord. Therefore he is called Param Dhama. Just like all these planets are resting on the sunshine, sunshine is the energy of the sun globe. Similarly, this material energy is Krishna's energy, and everything is material or spiritual, everything is resting on Krishna's energy. The resting place is Krishna's energy. In another place, Krishna says, Maya tatamidam sarvam jagat abhakta murtina masthani sadhubhutani naham teshu avasthita. Krishna says that in my impersonal feature I am spread everywhere, all pervading. God is all pervading by his impersonal feature, namely his energy. The example is given just like heat is the energy of fire. So fire spreads by its heat and light. The fire is one place, but the heat and light is spreading. Similarly, Krishna is in his own abode, which is called Goloka Vrindavan. There is a planet in the spiritual world, the topmost planet. As the topmost planet within this universe is called Brahmaloka, similarly in the spiritual sky there is the topmost planet which is called Goloka Vrindavan. That is Krishna's place. Krishna is there, but he can expand himself by his different types of energies and by his different types of incarnation. It does not mean that when Krishna was present on this planet, Krishna was absent in Golok Vrindavan. No, it is not like this. Just like I am now present here, I am absent in my apartment. But Krishna is not like that. Krishna can be present everywhere, at the same time he can remain in his own abode. That is described in the Brahma Samhita. Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta. Although he is in his abode, which is known as Goloka Vrindavan, he can expand himself everywhere, and actually he has done it. So we must know how he is expanded, in which way he is in contact with us. That is the science. In Bhagavad Gita, these things are explained. So Krishna is addressed as Param Dham, the resting place of everything. Everything is resting. Krishna also says, Masthani sadhubhushandasshorts. Everything, material manifestation, is resting on him. Nahang tesu avasthita, but I am not there. These contradictory things. Everything is resting on him, but I am not there. But it is not contradictory. It is very simple to understand, just like all the planets, they are resting on the sunshine, but the sun is far away from the planets, some millions of miles away. But resting on the sunshine means resting on the sun. That's a fact. Therefore Krishna says, Masthani sarvabhutani nahang teshu avasthita parabrahma param dhama pavitram. Pavitra means uncontaminated. When we come to this material world, we are also spirit soul, Brahma, not exactly as good as Parabrahma, Krishna, but still, because we are part and parcel of Krishna, we are also Brahma, Pavitra. Pavitra means pure. Just like the particle of gold is also gold. If gold is pure, the particle is also pure. So, Krishna comes to this world, we also come to this world, but we are contaminated, but Krishna is not contaminated. The example is, just like in the prison house, there are many prisoners, but if the king or some king's representative minister goes into the prison to inspect things, how things are going on, it does not mean that the king or his minister is also a prisoner. He is not prisoner. But we, living entities, we have been entangled with these material modes of nature. But Krishna never becomes involved in these modes of material nature. Therefore he is called Pavitram Paramam. Absolute, pure, Bhavan. Bhavan means you, your lordship. And Purusham. Purusham, he is addressed as a person. God is never impersonal. God is person. Exactly a person like you and me. And when he appeared on this planet, exactly like a human being, 2 hands, 2 legs, walking like human being, talking, behaving like human being, everything. So, God is Purusha. Purusha means man, I mean to say male, not female. Male. Without becoming male, one cannot be enjoyer. In another place, it is stated that Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. As soon as the word is used, enjoyer, he must be Purusha, male. So that is described. Arjuna understood him. He is a Purusha, Param Purusha, the supreme person. In another place, Krishna is described as Purushottam, the best of the males. So, Purusham Shasatam. Shasatam means eternal. The Mayavadi philosopher, they think that the absolute truth is impersonal. Maya shakta manaprartha jogam junyan madasraya asangsayang samagrang mam jatha gyasasi tachino. Arjuna is being advised by Krishna what is God. The conception of God, however we may speculate, it cannot be perfect because God is unlimited, all-pervading. We are limited. So, actually, unless God Himself reveals Himself to the devotee, it is not possible to understand what is God. Therefore, God Himself, Krishna, is speaking about Himself. The process is maya sakta mana. One has to increase attachment for Krishna. We have got now attachment for material things. We have to divert that. Our position is that we must have attachment for something. That is fact. So now, on the bodily concept of life, we have got attachment to this body, and anything pertaining to this body, we have got attached. Just like I have got attachment for my wife. Why? There are millions and thousands of women, beautiful women. I have no attachment for them, but my attachment for my wife, even though she may not be very beautiful, is a fact. Why? Because due to her relation with my body. And similarly, I have got attachment for my country, I have got attachment for my home, my so many things, because I am thinking I am this body, and anything in connection with this body, I am thinking mine. So at the present, my conception of I and mine is wrong. Therefore, if we divert that attachment to Krishna, then we can understand Krishna or God perfectly well. Krishna is just like sun. When there is sunshine, you can see the sun and yourself also. Without sunshine, in the darkness of night, neither you can see the sun nor yourself. Therefore the process is maya shaktamana, developing Krishna consciousness. Maya shaktamana prartham jogam junyan madasaya. This is the yoga. Yoga means connect. Yogam junyan, that yoga should be practiced in connection with Krishna. Therefore he said, mat asra. Mat means me or mine. And asra means taking shelter. So either you take shelter of Krishna or Krishna's representative. Of course it is not possible for us to take shelter of Krishna, because Krishna is not present at the present moment, but his representative is there. So one has to take shelter of his representative and practice bhakti yoga, concentrating his mind on Krishna. This is called Krishna consciousness. One has to take shelter of a person whose life is devoted to Krishna, and under his direction we have to practice how to develop Krishna consciousness, and then Krishna will be revealed. The revelation, proportionate revelation, is proportionate advancement in seeing Krishna directly.